Good evening, Koji. Sorry that I could not be with you this evening. I have a previous arrangement, so I'm preparing this video for you, and I hope that you can utilize this video to the maximum. I will post some other videos, although there are already videos in the Moodle for you to see. So the first thing we do, we go into Google and type in sites, and we'll get Google Sites. We log in, and we look for the site that is being created. As you can see that only one group, Empowerment, has shared this with us. It is very important that you go into your file, your Google site, and you make sure that you share it with us, the mentors. How do you do that? You click on Share with Others, and you type in this address, koji2021@gmail.com, in this line over here. Once you've done that, you click on Done, and the file or the site will be shared with us. Today I want to take you on a little journey called Embed. What is Embed? Embed allows you to bring in other sites to your site. In other words, when I click on a link like IMDb, that takes me out of the site to an external site. I want to be able to bring the site into our site. For example, bringing Canva into this site. How do I do that? So I'm going to go into an empty page. Let's say we're going to take a lot 2. And I'm going to go into Canva as an option. Once I log into Canva, I do have an account, and I'm going to choose something that I created in Canva. Let's say I choose this background picture. I click on Share. I click on More, and I look for the word called Embed. It's normally 2 arrows going in the opposite direction. Click on Embed, and it offers me 2 codes. At this stage, it's better to take the HTML code, so I copy it. I go into my site again, and I double click, and I have the option to embed. It's the little arrows going in the opposite direction. I click on embed. If I copy the code here, it won't work because that's the URL, the address. I'm looking to embed the code, and I copy that, and I just click on Next and insert, and it automatically inserts the Canva picture here. Now this picture of Canva is not very interactive, but I could create links in Canva and it would be interactive. Let's take another look at a site that I know very well called Quizlet. Quizlet is a language learning site, vocabulary learning site. Let's take a look at Quizlet. Let's log in. And I take, for example, a game that I've created. Let's take English is Fun. If you remember, I'm asking you to look for embed. So I look for 3 dots. And I look for embed. Once I copy the HTML, I go back to my site, and I can double click embed. And obviously you don't put it here because it says that the URL isn't valid. So I cancel that, and I go to the embed code, and I put that in here, and I click next, and the Quizlet site happens to be in my site. If I preview it, you can see I've got the Canva presentation, or I've got the game. You only have to embed once. Once you've embedded, that's fine for the rest of the period of your site. Even if you change the Canva presentation or the game, it automatically updates. Let's look at other options of embedding. We can embed items from our drive. We can embed Google Forms. If you want to ask a questionnaire, for example, a contact questionnaire, how to keep in contact, leave your name, leave your details, and we'll get back to you. So you add a questionnaire. How do you do that? You look for the questionnaire that you created, and you just drag it in. Insert. and the questionnaire is here. And believe it or not, you don't have to go out of the site to get into it. You can answer the questionnaire directly in the site. Let's have a look at some other things. If you've obviously heard of Padlet, okay, let's look at what Padlet can give us. So we're going to Padlet. Let's look at something that is being created. Let's log in. And we find a Padlet that I've created. Let's look at what is your favorite song and why. And I want to embed this Padlet. So I look for share, and I have embed in your blog or website. So I copy that link, and I look for the HTML, and I copy it, and I go back to my site, double click, and let's embed it. Embed code, and we embed, and the Padlet is over here. The exact Padlet. You can play around with sizes. You can delete this file or this form. You can play with sizes to make sure that you get the ultimate in the showing. Another nice game site to embed is called Wordwall. If you want to create activities for your site, if you want to teach ideas. So let's take, for example, here is a quiz on Google Sites in Arabic. Sorry, here is a quiz on Jerusalem in Arabic. And we click on, if anyone can show me the embed sign. Yes, it is over here. Click on the embed sign. I copy the HTML, which says copy, and I go back to my site, and I double click, embed, and I add the site. And voila, the game is here. I can click on it and make it full size once I'm in the application. You can bring in videos. You can bring in any videos from any site. You can bring in Edpuzzle videos if you want. That's another site. ThingLink, Gianelli, these kind of things you can bring in. And you can obviously upload PowerPoint slideshows or Google slideshows directly from your drive. So those are some of the embedded interactive tools that you can use from external sources. I would like to show you some other ideas that you've got within Google Sites. You can create an image carousel by just adding pictures. I think I showed you this last week by uploading images. Let's just take 2 images here, and we just 3 images, and we add them, and we insert the carousel so that you'll be able to move the pictures one after the other. Once we preview it, you can see the pictures. So here we've got our Canva, our Quizlet, our Padlet, and we've got our Wordwall, and we've got the presentation, which I haven't accepted yet, the gallery. Let's see why the gallery didn't come in. Here's the gallery. Click on each dot, and you can get or move via the arrows. Okay, so I make that smaller. Let's show you a few more things that you can add. If I click on the settings button over here, I can change how the navigation looks. I can put the navigation at the side where it is, or the navigation can be at the top. We'll have different pages to see. You can click on brand images and add your logo. You can upload a logo. Let's put this logo as my logo, and I can make my favorite icon. These are favorite icons. We've got a Quizlet icon, a Canva icon, a Wordwall icon. You can upload to make your favorite icon. In other words, when someone searches your file, they'll see a little icon. The smaller and clearer you make it, the better. Other options we can do, we can look at announcement banners, wherein a banner will be at the top of your page. So I click on Show Banner. I choose a banner color, which obviously should go with your site. Click on a message. This is an amazing tool. Click and I have a button. I can just leave that, or I can click on a button, click here, and I can have the button send me to either one of the pages in my site, or I can have the button send me to a new site completely. I can have it open in a new tab, and I can have it only feature on the home page or on all pages. Up to me. I will refresh the screen, but I will publish it first before I do that. Let's give this a test to delete. Does it let me publish it? Yes. So I'm publishing it. And once I've published it, let's so once I've published it, I'm going to go look at view the published site. And you can see that my little logo has now become at the top. Not a great site, obviously. Let's look at the second page, things that I've created. And I've got the different things over here. As I said before, you only have to embed once. Once you've embedded, you can then adjust the file in its original state and it will automatically be updated. Other interactive components from Google, you can add a calendar. Once you click on calendar, please make sure that you choose the correct calendar, because the last thing you want to do is to put your personal calendar on in the site, so that everyone will see what you're doing on a regular basis. So choose the right calendar. You can also put in a map. You can create a map, your own map, and ask. I haven't created any yet, but you can put in a map to show different places in the world where you are all from. You can put pins in the map, drop a place mark. For example, I want to drop a place mark in Africa, South Africa. You can add another one in Asia, depending where you are, and so on. This can be done within the Google Maps and then exported into this as well. So here's the map, as you can see. And you can add any sorts of Google Slides, Google Forms, as I said before. If you want to separate your page, you can add not placeholders. You can add divider lines just to separate different things within the site. Just creates a different atmosphere. If you look at the site, you'll see the dividing lines just create some sort of different levels of things. You can also add placeholders just to add different information and different things. And if you want, you can add table of contents. I've pretty much gone through everything. I will put a list on the Moodle site of different sites that you can go into to embed. If you find anything that you want to embed, the first thing you do, I suggest, is take the link and put it in the embed code over here. Take the link of the site and put in the URL. If it doesn't work, try with the embed code. If then it doesn't work, it may not be able to be embedded. So I wish you the best of luck. Good luck with your sites. Have an awesome time building them. And please remember to share with your tutors. Otherwise, we don't have access to your sites. The final thing that I want to show you is this. Please go into the Moodle. Log into the Moodle, go into our course, and scroll down to Google Sites. And you will have here a link to Google Sites. Please go in and write the name of your group, your initiative, and the link to your website. That is vital that you do that today, please. With no connection to whether you're sharing it with us or not, please do that so we can find out whether we've got access to your site or not. Finally, have a good evening and all the best.